What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. This is Invest 97L. Let's go ahead and take a look at the NHC, see what they have. They've actually decreased the chance of development, and I will explain why in just a second, but let's go ahead and read the overview. Shower and thunderstorm activity has become more limited associated with a tropical wave located a few hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. While some gradual development of the system is possible over the next couple of days, environmental conditions are forecast to become less favorable by this weekend. This system is expected to move westward to northwestward at 15 to 20 miles per hour across the tropical Atlantic during the next several days. So yeah, there's been less storms that have been going on. However, I've been keeping an eye on this. In the last few hours, that storm activity, that convection has really started to ramp up a bit, and it looks like it's starting to get a little bit more organized. So if it can do it quickly, if it can strike quickly, and if it can develop, then we could potentially see a named storm. But right now, it's kind of a 50-50 chance at this point, and from what I'm seeing. Because number one, if we take a look at the wind shear, the wind shear looks freaking awful. It is awful from here all the way there, and even if it passes that, it'll have a short time of development. And then this giant blob right here, I'm not sure how fast that thing's is moving off, but this giant blob of wind shear, that is going to kill any tropical storm or hurricane that's going to go anywhere near it. So there's no way this thing's going to develop up there. If it wants to develop, it has to do it in this area right here. It has to do it in this low wind shear, and it has to get strong enough to basically go through this initial part. And then after it enters that, we could see another area of development right there. We could see another resurgence, and then once it enters the very sheared area of yeah, it's not going to end well for it. The second thing that's going on is the dry air associated with this. So this is what we're looking at right here. This is the dry air. I mean, if we take a look at the dry air is less in this mile run than it has been in previous runs. But once it approaches the United States, this is what we're looking at right here. This dry air is absolutely going to hamper its development even further. Now, with that being said, I am looking at this, and the moist air isn't really the problem anymore. It's the dry. It was the dry air for the last few days, but now there are new mile runs that have the air moister than expected. It's that wind shear that's going to kill this thing, essentially. Because if we take a look at the waters are plenty warm. They're pretty much untapped right now, and in fact, we're looking at a back season at this point, and I'll be making a separate video talking about that. But yeah, these waters are untapped right now. So if that wind shear weakens and another tropical wave comes off, and it can basically take a huge amount of advantage off of this. But with that being said, it's just the wind shear that's really causing this thing to not really have a bigger chance of development. Because if we take a look at it, it is starting to organize a little bit more. And like I said before, if it does it quickly, then it'll potentially become either a tropical depression or even a tropical storm. But it has to do it in the next 3 days. But with that being said, that's going to pretty much be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out, helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. Another video will be out later today talking about the future for hurricane season and to see how busy this potentially could get. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.